How's it going, guys? Mask here, and I gotta say this has been one of the most disastrous roaming duelist events for me personally. I feel like everything I've tried has just not worked. Level 30 Mai, at least level 30 Mai isn't the most terrible thing to farm. Got that down pretty good now. But I've jumped ship on Unhappy Girl. Every time I've tried Unhappy Girl, something else just goes wrong. And it's just too hard to make it consistent enough to even be worth uploading. I gotta say that the best deck I've still seen so far are ones that are only available to people with 3 Champions Vigilances. I myself don't have 3, so I can't even try it. I only have 1. But I stumbled across this deck on a Japanese YouTuber's page. I will link it in the description down below. But even just the opportunity to farm with NECROFEAR, I'm all for. So I'm jumping all over it. It basically just power summons NECROFEAR by searching it from the deck with a bunch of ways of stalling the game and a ton of card draw. And then our end game is you have both NECROFEARs on the field, or you have one NECROFEAR in your Labyrinth Wall if it managed to make it that far. Shield and Sword with a couple Union attacks is Pump and Vassal over 10k, no problem. That being said, let's just jump right into it. Yeah, I guess, I mean, one of the things this deck, it's always going to have monsters to keep playing defensively, but it is going to fall if we aren't able to get our hands on a NECROFEAR fast enough. That being said, we do have 5 methods of pulling the NECROFEAR from the deck, and the large majority of it is card draw in the first place. That's never really going to be a problem. But, I mean, there we go. We got our first one right there, which is great. I'll go ahead and use Labyrinth Wall as well. We don't need anti-magic arrows or Union attack till the end of the game, so we'll toss those back in. And we should be good. With Birdman Joe, we got nothing to fear there. We'll pick up the free card draw from Dark Mimic. Doom Dog's great. It will also get us our other NECROFEAR. And then we'll only be 1 monster in the grave away from summoning it too. And that's the thing, like you power summon NECROFEAR, it's going to absolutely minimize the threat of losing the game. Dark Mimic level 3, once that's in the grave, we're good to go. The 2800 defense, you just leave your Dark NECROFEAR in defense mode. The highest monster Mai can get her hands on is a Swift Birdman Joe buffed by both Harpy's Hunting Ground and Harpy Lady 1. And that is going to be 2800. So the defense of the NECROFEAR will just laugh at it. It's totally fine. One thing to keep in mind is do not summon your second NECROFEAR until after Labyrinth, until she either removes one of your NECROFEARs or removes your Labyrinth Wall. And the Trance Arcfiend is really good to hold on to as well, because if she does anything to the NECROFEAR, if it ends up in the grave, we have to remove it from play to summon the other one. We can bring it back with Trance Arcfiend, which brings back one of your removed from play monsters. Yeah, keep ending our turn. As long as we have the 2 on the field, we're good. We don't want to set anything here just in case. Just go ahead and discard the Doom Dog. Oddly switching everything to attack. Hitting with card draw, we can set, keep rotating it. Seems like she's playing games with us. Defense, attack, attack, defense, defense, attack. And yeah, I mean at this point, discard 1 card. We could let's just discard the Trance Arcfiend. Doesn't look like we're going to need it. Worst case scenario, we drop one of our 2 monsters in the field right now, and that's still not going to make this a lost game for us. Revo's lowest priority in that list. Have to make the decision, I suppose. I'm probably going to, seeing as her field's clogged, with Birdman Joe though, won't activate Harpy's Hunting Ground. We have to decide whether or not we're other Dark NECROFEAR, which there's a good chance we will, but I'm going to set anti-magic arrow. With her field clogged, there's not a real risk of her getting off Harpy's Hunting Ground, although she could sack any of these monsters and play a Harpy. When it comes down to the very end, it's sort of, if she hasn't bounced one of these two back yet and you haven't summoned this NECROFEAR, you kind of get stuck in that hard place where you need to make that decision. All right, one of these endgame pieces I'm going to have to set down. And here's the Quill, which is fine. Go ahead and re-special summon one of the NECROFEARs. Back mode. Shield and Sword. Vassal's goes into attack mode. We'll secret pass it. Anti-magic arrows is ready for battle phase. And if it was bounced back to our hand, it would have been fine too. You can still activate it out of your hand. And going into battle phase, we got anti-magic arrows. And we are golden. So this has been the one of my such a scarce adventure as a successful level 40 farm for me during this event. I could probably measure how many I've had on one hand, which is unbelievable to be honest, but I don't know. Just the fact that we're getting to play with NECROFEAR here. I'm so, count me in. I'm so down. We got 500 in Prismatic Glossy. We're scoring 8,200 with the campaign bonus, but I mean, that'll do it for me for now. And yeah, any use for NECROFEAR. It's just great. See if another level 40 bounced back. Perhaps we could throw another example in here real quick. All right, and what do you know? She popped up again for us. So let's give it another go. The good old NECROFEAR deck. I'm starting to get feedback from other people too throughout the day who have also stumbled across it and have now tweeted it out to me or private messaged it to me. Oh, Mask, check this NECROFEAR deck. And I'm like, I know, I love it so much. Great, isn't it? Open up with the Dark Mimic. Always nice. Get some extra card draw right off the go. Hold on to the Karibo for a rainy day in case some shit goes down that we don't want. Necro. I'm actually going to play around with the idea of holding back on the NECROFEAR summon because we have so many Karibos in here. Ideally, we could most likely survive, no problem, our opponent going ham on us. Yeah, we're summoning NECROFEAR. But just the same as last game, we can only summon one of them. Summoning two is risking the opponent killing us, obviously. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna look at it and, oh my god, it's so expensive. If you haven't noticed, in both of these farms, I have not used the Karibo anything. Not actually necessary. We've mostly just thrown it away. Actually, now that we have Swift Birdman Joe, we most likely could just summon the last NECROFEAR. Like once you see that the opponent has something on the board that you could trade one of your NECROFEARs into, I don't see any reason why we couldn't just summon the third one on the board. You just have to be smart enough to suicide it off just in time. Can't get that prismatic played. Also not a big deal though. I'm gonna go ahead and do exactly that. Once Vessel summon it. Once you know there's something on your opponent's side of the board that is able to kill it. Kill it on your second last turn. What about this part? Hurting me. Nope. He fixed the problem. I mean, he would have attacked. You just don't choose the strongest opponent on your opponent. Yeah, don't choose the strongest monster on your opponent's side of the field, and that's never going to be a problem either. Now the pretty straightforward. It's a good thing we technically could have potentially screwed this up, but with the current monster set, this will be fine. Don't use Shield and Sword. Use Shield and Sword before summoning your vassal. That helps not screw it up. Secret Pass. Union. We're gonna hit the anti-magic arrows. No problem. And Vassal's just gonna be able to take it home for us. But yeah, like I said, the Karibos, 2 games in a row, we've used the Karibo for literally nothing. Don't be intimidated. Just put other fiends there. In fact, I don't know why I wouldn't take out a Karibo right now and put in another Dark Mimic level 1. Increase the card draw. Increase the card draw. Why not? Either I see no actual need for Karibo in the deck. It's just there because it's a fiend. And I mean, of all fiends, you might as well have the Karibo in hand in case some shit goes down and you don't top deck. They get a quick removal on your Labyrinth Wall and you haven't drawn into a NECROFEAR yet. That Karibo could save you for like that extra turn perhaps, and then you actually get to draw into the NECROFEAR and boom, you're stable again. Like a Karibo can bail you out of that like 5% chance where shit just goes the wrong way immediately and you lose. But yeah, guys, I finally at least have what I like to call level 40 deck and a level 30 deck that I will be using for the rest of the event, and knock on wood, might actually get a drop or two because I've yet to get a single drop. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it's not too out of the reach for the large majority of you. It's just a little different. It's a little different. I'm quite enjoying it. Getting to play with NECROFEAR is kind of fun as well. Make sure you catch us live at twitch.tv/MasKScarin. Yeah, a link to our Discord channel in the description down below. Come hang out there too. We have a ton of fun. Facebook and Twitter down there as well. And I also want to take this time to start letting everybody know, so it's not that much of a surprise. But it's Monday, August 7th. I'm recording this on Thursday of this week. Me and Maria are going on Italy. We're going to be gone for 2 weeks, so there's not going to be a whole lot going on Twitch and the YouTube channel while we're gone. I'm planning on taking a lot of videos there. We might even try our hand in vlogging and see how that goes. Pretty nice things to see. So maybe you guys will see some of those when we come back. I don't know if I'll have any kind of editing platform, mobile editing platform set up, laptop that I feel like bringing with me. That's still up in the air though, but yeah, it's gonna be great. But just giving everyone a heads up, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks starting Thursday of this week. So I'll probably say that in most of the videos I put out this week, and I'll start mentioning it on the Twitch channel too, just so everybody knows. Yeah, thanks for checking us out, guys. Don't forget, stay classy.